CJ Stroud just played the best game ever by a rookie quarterback, and he is truly looking like an elite quarterback. You know what, guys? I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This performance that I saw from CJ Stroud on Sunday is the best quarterback performance I have seen this whole year. This man was all around just balling out and playing out of his mind. It was all around insane. So I feel like it'd be a great time to break down that game, talk about the Texans' future, just talk about CJ Stroud's ceiling, because this man is all around a baller and he's looking like an elite quarterback. In my opinion, currently, he's a top 10 quarterback in the league right now. But before we get into it, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and let me know how you guys feel about the Houston Texans and CJ Stroud moving forward, and let's get into it. First off, I think we should go ahead and break down Stroud's performance on Sunday because, man, it was all around crazy. CJ Stroud versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 470 passing yards, 5 passing touchdowns, a 71.4 completion percentage, and a quarterback rating of 147.8. I also should mention he did not throw an interception in this game, and we're going to dive into that a little bit later. Those are all around amazing stats, and like I said, it's the best quarterback performance I have seen this year. Also, I just want to mention at the end of the game when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were up, this man had 46 seconds left on the clock and he managed to go 75 yards and win the game for the Houston Texans. Just also add that on to his performance on Sunday. And this man has really revived the Houston passing game. I mean, he's doing some elite things and I'm seeing flashes of some elite things. Stroud was really distributing the ball pretty well in this game versus Tampa. I mean, if you dig into the stats, pretty much everyone on this Houston passing game was having a great day. The person who led the Texans in receiving yards in this game was Noah Brown, which honestly I don't think a lot of people expected. But he had a great day with 6 receptions, 153 yards, and 1 touchdown. He was balling out. Dalton Schultz, the tight end that they got from the Dallas Cowboys, was also balling out. 10 receptions, 130 receiving yards, and a touchdown. Like I was saying earlier, Tank Dell had a great game, 6 receptions, 114 yards, and remember he caught the game-winning touchdown. So he's also looking like a great piece. And then Nico Collins had 3 receptions, 54 yards, and a touchdown. Everyone in this Houston offense was receiving the ball and receiving the ball well, which this is definitely CJ Stroud's doing. I mean, the fact that he can hand out the ball to everyone and have all of them do some great things is all around wonderful. And in my opinion, the way that he did it on Sunday was truly elite. I mean, just look at everyone's stats like I talked about. Those are some great numbers. I also should mention that Stroud's performance was record-breaking. The most passing yards in a single NFL game by a rookie is now CJ Stroud with 470 passing yards, breaking Matt Burglar's record that he set as an LA Ram on the 10th of November in 2002, where he threw for 453 passing yards. I also just want to add on, he was not an LA Ram, he would have been a St. Louis Ram at that time, which is all around an insane thing to do. Which in my opinion, as a rookie, almost throwing for 500 yards in a single game is such an insane thing to do. And there's another thing that he's doing which is all around amazing. Yes, he's spreading the ball out. Yes, he's breaking NFL records as a rookie. Also, this whole year he has not been turning over the ball, which as a rookie is such a great thing to see. His ball security has truly been amazing. He's only thrown 1 interception this season. I think that we can all agree what Stroud is doing this season is all around amazing. Also keep in mind this Houston Texan team only won 3 games last season. Currently they're sitting at 4-4. With CJ Stroud, they're already doing way better than what they were doing last year, which is all around a great thing to see. I think that we can all agree when it comes to the draft last year that the Houston Texans made the right call when they picked CJ Stroud 2nd overall. Stroud did have some haters come out of college. People thought that he wasn't going to be good because he's an Ohio State quarterback, and let's just say that Ohio State doesn't have the best track record when it comes to quarterbacks. But as we can see, CJ Stroud is already breaking that narrative in half. Personally, I liked what I saw from Stroud out of college. I thought that he could be a good quarterback for the Houston Texans if the Texans were to put the right weapons around him, and clearly that has worked. And clearly the Texans have done that the way that CJ is going out here and balling out. And I kind of do feel bad for Panthers fans. I mean, they traded up and went ahead and selected Bryce Young. Now, I was a huge fan of Bryce Young in college, but it should clearly be evident that right now CJ Stroud is just the better quarterback out of the two. You can see that Bryce is still trying to figure things out, and Stroud is already getting called a top 10 quarterback. I mean, it's evident that he's better. Now, I think it would be a great time to talk about what I think the Texans are going to do for the rest of the year. What do I think CJ Stroud is going to do for the rest of the year? And what do I think the future holds for the Houston Texans and CJ Stroud? Now, this is something I did not expect to be talking about at the beginning of this year, but you know what? playoffs are a possibility for this Houston Texan team. Like I said, they're 4-4 and currently they're on the bubble and in the 9th spot in the AFC currently. The Texans definitely have some winnable games on their schedule. They do play a tough game next week at Cincinnati, but after that, things are kind of easier for them. They go ahead and have to play the Arizona Cardinals at Houston, and then they're going to have to play the Jacksonville Jaguars at Houston as well, and just keep in mind that the Texans actually beat Jacksonville earlier this season in Jacksonville. Then they play the Denver Broncos. I think they can win that game. The way that the Jets offense has just been these past few games gives me confidence that they can go ahead and beat them. Then they play a game versus the Tennessee Titans, which if Will Levis is going to ball out, this could be an all-around shootout. Then they play another tough game versus a very tough Cleveland Browns defense. Then once again, they play the Tennessee Titans, which in those Titan games, the Titans secondary has been kind of weak, so I do think CJ Stroud can definitely light it up. And then they close out the season, they play a game at Indy, and I definitely think that's a winnable game for them. Now, I don't want to hype it up too much, but in my opinion, I can see this Texan team going 10-7 to close out the season. I mean, if they go ahead and win the games that they're supposed to win, I think they could be in great shape. Now, let's just say they were to go ahead and go like 10-7 or even 9-8, and they do go ahead and make playoffs. I don't think that they're going to go on a huge run or anything like that. I think they would definitely be a first round exit, but I feel like this would be a huge accomplishment as a rookie and for CJ Stroud to make playoffs as your first year as an NFL starting quarterback. Speaking of accomplishments, I think Stroud is getting pretty close to locking up Offensive Rookie of the Year. So far this season, he has a 62 completion percentage, 2,270 yards thrown, 14 touchdowns, and only 1 interception. And if stuff like this continues, I mean, Rookie of the Year should easily be locked up for Mr. CJ Stroud. And some of the other candidates for it are not looking too hot right now. I mean, I thought Bijan Robinson was going to win this award, but Arthur Smith kind of had other plans for that, and they kind of don't use him as much as they should use him. And at the beginning of the year, it kind of was looking like Puka Nacua was going to be a big thing, but that's starting to slow down a little bit, and Matthew Stafford is injured, so things are definitely going to look different in LA. But yes, if everything goes right for the Houston Texans, I can definitely see Stroud winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's on fire. That would be a huge accomplishment, and not only that, if they were to somehow win out some of these games that they have left and make a playoff spot, that would all around be huge for CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans, and it would also be a wonderful thing to see. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe. It is very much appreciated. Like I said in the beginning of the video, comment how you guys feel about CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans. And if you enjoyed this video, watch this video right here on the Cincinnati Bengals. They are clearly back. And watch this video right here, why it's over for the Denver Broncos, and I will see you guys in the next one.